Deconstructing self love. Self love is about loving yourself, appreciating yourself, having great feelings towards yourself, irrespective of what's happening outside. So, self love is irregardless of being told you're not the best looking, or maybe if life is going well, or you're in a relationship, and. Right. Feel free to Google it. But I'm going to do a whole series on deconstructing self love because I don't think we are fully taught as people what self love is. I'm going to give you an example with flowers. Please extrapolate this to any area of your life. Right. So, for the most part, many girls love flowers, which is a good thing, right? Then you get into a relationship, you let your partner know, I really, really like flowers. And, they decide, oh, I'm going to really get, you know, this girl flowers. Great. The relationship, however, does not work out, not because of the flowers, but other circumstances. And then you move on to another guy and you like, I really genuinely love flowers. And he's just like, I don't do those things. I don't care for those things. And you leave. You then tell your friends or whoever's willing to listen, friend, I left because I chose myself. This guy doesn't buy me flowers, and you know how I feel about flowers. And your friend says, oh, good job, friend. Great job. Right? You chose yourself. Not a bad thing. Then friend says to you, friend, maybe you should also consider like buying yourself flowers too, in the sense that in hindsight, everything is energy and you can't expect other people to buy you flowers without you doing those things for yourself. Right? Fair. And you think, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go on this, single journey, I'm gonna heal, I'm gonna buy myself flowers, right? So you go on this journey, you buy yourself the flowers with the hope to attract someone else who'll buy you flowers. But my question is, what is your relation to the flowers? How do the flowers contribute to self-love? How do the flowers make you feel? How do you react to yourself when you buy the flowers? Because what you tend to find, if we go back, that first guy who did buy you flowers, your reaction was, oh my gosh, he really cares for me because he buys me flowers. The other guy, oh, he really doesn't care for me because he doesn't buy me flowers. So everything is surrounding the guys and how they act, but never about the actual flowers, right? So my question again is, what is your relation towards the flowers? How do they make you feel? How do they contribute to self-love? I think that's the point that we miss. Because if I buy myself flowers, I'm supposed to be able to cultivate the same love or feelings of love that I feel when someone else does it. So, again, is this about the flowers? Do I really like flowers? Is it what I've been taught? Is it what I've seen? What is your relationship towards the flowers? Because self love needs you to be authentic. Because once you're authentic, it can then, things outside of you or the energy of love outside, and I put that very loosely because there is no really love outside, can flow to you in abundance and naturally, right? Half of the time, these girls don't even speak to the flowers, and the flowers are living too. So, again, my question is it about the flowers? Do you really like the flowers? I'll touch on another thing, but I'm going to do a whole series. Love languages. We are so quick to be like, I these are my love languages, and then you'll ask your partner, what are your love languages? What are your love languages to self? What do you identify as love to self. And in this identification process, do you finish? Because we taught so many times that discipline is a form of self-love, of which it is, because discipline does not feel good, but you get through it. So for example, I'll use the gym example. You will be like, you will go to the gym, get the endorphins, be happy, be proud of yourself that you you made it to the gym, you've been consistent. But when do you tie or make the connection to yourself, to your body, that this is love? Happiness is one thing. Going to the gym, having made it, yes, and we look at people who go to the gym and you're like, oh my gosh, she genuinely loves herself, which is a good thing. But my question is, when do you let your body know, I really love you. Thank you for carrying me at the gym. I'm doing this for us. When do you soothe yourself? When do you talk yourself through it? When do you sit down in a dark room by yourself and say, Whitney, I just love you. I just love you. I have no other reason. It's got nothing to do with the fact that you were able to get your car at 21. I just love you. When do you fall in love with yourself? Because you tend to find that people will be like, oh my gosh, take yourself out on solo dates. That's one aspect, in the sense that you've done something uncomfortable, right? You're able to sit with yourself. But what are your thoughts at that table when you're sitting by yourself? Are you sitting observing other people? Nothing wrong with that. But also, are you affirming yourself? Are you having a whole conversation with your soul, with your mind, with your spirit, with your body about the act that I'm doing? It cannot be that you only do that because you are responding to someone else, in the sense that, oh, only when a man takes me out for candlelight dinner, that was beautiful, that was wonderful. But if I'm going to take myself out on a solo date, I'm just going to get there and eat and come back and be like, I took myself out. What is the conversation that I have with myself? That's why you tend to find that people have this narrative, oh, when love finds me again, where did it go? Doesn't the Bible say that God is love? And if I'm made in the image of the Lord, right, that means I am love. So why would love find me? Why would my being find me, unless I'm placing it upon someone else, making it depend on someone else? So this is where the discipline aspect comes in. I have to love myself in every moment, in every season of my life. But do you get what I'm saying? That's why you tend to find that when people are rocked in relationships, they go down a lot. There's nothing wrong with feeling the emotions and going through the motions of a relationship, but people get depressed, and we need to really look at that. There's something there. Why is there such a big hole? Why is there such a big absence? And yes, I know that depression can be medical, and but where am I placing this love? What's going on? Do I even have self-love? And why do I need to feel the need to discover myself in a relationship? People will be like, things will say things, bold things like, oh, I've known God better ever since you know I've been in love with this person. That is very scary for me, because it cannot. Everything else has to add to you, but you need to cultivate that. So I don't think we make that connection. Like I said, what conversations am I having with myself? And when you realize that, what conversations am I having with the divine? What conversations am I having with my esoteric bodies? when I'm alone sitting at a restaurant, we we just tune our thoughts. We're looking at other people. We're like, oh my gosh, she's in a relationship. I'm not in a relationship. I haven't been in a relationship. So half of the time, if you look at your thoughts and your vibrations, you're in lack. That's why love comes and goes, of which it's not supposed to, because again, I reiterate, you are love. Where is it going? So I will do a whole series on love and what we should actually be taught and how to think about it so that you can be a better version of yourself and be a better version to yourself and be a better version in a relationship, whether platonic, whether romantic. But I need us to put ourselves first in the literal sense.